Hey guys, Fractured Protagonist here again, back with another commentary. This time I wanted to talk about my experiences with the 9 to 5 life. Now, I've been a graphic designer for the better part of 20 years, so that's 2 decades. And in my mid 40s at this point, it's been a long haul, and it just feels like nothing positive really came out of this whole thing. When I first started out, I wanted to have a job where I could be creative and do things that made me happy. I didn't really think about money too much. My thought process was as long as I'm happy, then it shouldn't feel like work. If I really like to do what I was doing, then it wouldn't feel like such a drag. Now, funny enough, I landed in the apparel industry, and my first handful of jobs weren't even creative. I cut my teeth in the industry doing what is called tech packs. And for those who don't know, tech packs are basically blueprints for how to construct garments, jackets, t shirts, button placement, pocket placement, zipper sizing and construction. It was really, really boring in the beginning, but I did what I could to get my foot in the door and keep myself there just so I could get to a point where I could be creative. So I did that for some time until the next handful of jobs actually allowed me to have more creative freedom. By then, I was busting out graphics on t shirts, hoodies, jackets, just a bunch of different types of apparel. And I felt creative. I felt like a graphic artist and not just some slave sitting there in front of the computer just trying to figure out how to do this thing. And for a good chunk of time, for some years, it felt really good just to be in this corporate space, in this industry, being a graphic designer, making money, being happy and just going along with life. Then, halfway through my career, something happened. I just didn't expect it to happen, but it happened. I started seeing how employees were being treated in the office, in this corporate space that I was happy to be in. And I started realizing that all this office culture was, for lack of a better word, just really fake. I really can't stand fake people, and it just comes through really insincere when they try to be nice and all smiles and really, really robotic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've worked with some really nice people, some cool people, but at the end of the day, they're just part of the system. Like the Matrix. I mean, everyone tried to escape the Matrix in the first movie, right? Agent Smith was basically the HR department trying to make sure that the company was in tip-top shape, and if any employees were out of line, then they'd have to pay for it. Being policed by the HR department is a real drag. And even if you're a good employee, you still feel like you're walking on eggshells because you're working for a company. You're not working for yourself. You got to make sure that you do everything that they say to do, and you cannot deviate from these set parameters. That's what it's like being a corporate slave. And there was a time where I tried to do different things. I even tried to be in the medical field. I became a phlebotomist, which is knowing how to draw people's blood. It's basically one aspect of being a registered nurse. There was even a time where I attempted to become a personal trainer, but that fell through. The same thing happened with computer programming. And all those detours eventually led me back to graphic design anyway, back to the corporate grind. And for what it's worth, corporate jobs are safe. They offer safety, and you get 401ks, you get healthcare benefits, and all those good things. And you have a set routine and set schedule. But again, you have to make sure you abide by all the company rules. And I guess I was okay with all of these things until fairly recently. I started asking myself if I really wanted to endure another 20 years of corporate life. And unsurprisingly, the answer was a resounding no. So here I am on YouTube, on my channel, trying to figure it out, and it so far so good. Maybe a lot of you guys out there feel like me and are trying to figure out how to do this thing and trying to escape the matrix and the 9 to 5 corporate life. Just know that you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there that feel just like this. Maybe something happened in your life and in your job, your corporate job, to push you to this point where you're considering jumping ship and maybe starting your own company and trying to push forward with a new chapter in your life. This is me taking action in that regard and carving out a little spot in this YouTube space. I mean, there's room for all of us, so why not me? My current thought process about this journey is if I can put the same amount of energy into my channel as I do in the corporate industry, I could probably make a pretty significant dent in this thing over time and eventually have it become my full-time career. I don't know exactly what the future holds for me currently, but right now, this seems like something that I can make something out of, something that's mine and mine alone, and no one can take it away from me. I have considerable complete control over this thing, and I can do anything to it. I can create content that would suit my channel and my future followers. But to be realistic for a moment, I'm still a ways off in success, but it doesn't mean it won't happen. I basically get out of it what I put into it, so I'm gonna do my best to put as much effort into this as possible. And again, this is just a regular guy embarking on a new journey to what will hopefully be the first of many. Consider subscribing and leaving comments down below if you like anything I had to say. This has been Fractured Protagonist. I'll talk to you guys later.